Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see by the title, guys, today we are getting into some red flags at the dental office. But before we get into this video, guys, super important, I need you to do me a huge favor. I need you to hit subscribe right here on this channel. It is free to subscribe. Make sure that you hit the like button, comment down below, share this video, share this page, and all the things. Just help your girl out. One of the most important things with becoming a dental hygienist and working out in the field as a dental hygienist is making sure that you have the proper work environment. The office that you choose will literally shape your career as a hygienist. It can make or break your career, literally, y'all. I am not being dramatic when I say and stress how important it is to find the best work environment for you. Making sure that you have a non-toxic environment that's fun and that feeds you mentally, physically, emotionally, all the things is so important. Dental hygiene is an excellent career, but it's healthcare, so it can be difficult. And we need to make sure that we are picking the best office so that it makes our jobs as easy as possible, makes doing our jobs worth it, okay? So let's get into some things that you want to not look for in a dental office. If you see some of these things going on in your dental office, that might be a sign to get up out of there, y'all, because it is not all about the money. We want to make sure that we have this career for a long time. It's about longevity. It's about where you can see yourself at in this field. And if we only focus on the money, then I don't know how far we can really get with that. And guys, I don't know if you know, but I have been a hygienist for the past 8 years of my life, y'all. I started dental hygiene when I was 20 years old. So I've been doing this for a while. I have had experiences in multiple different offices, companies, small and big. And so guys, I'm just trying to give you guys the best advice that I know how. Do I always take my own advice? I gotta work on taking my own advice. But anyways, let's go ahead and let's get into these red flags, guys. So the first red flag should come as no surprise to you all. This is constant turnover of staffing in the office. I don't think that's any surprise to any one of us. You want to make sure that the office that you're working in, the staff have been there for a long time. Because if there's longevity in the office, you know that there is something good that's making these people stick around. How do you figure this out? So as I previously mentioned in other videos, when you're going out for a dental hygiene job, it's so important to do working interviews to basically just be able to see the environment. If they're not offering a working interview, see if you could go in for shadowing for a few hours just to see how they work. Have conversations with the staff members. It doesn't have to be like probing and getting all up in their business, but you could just simply say, hey, how long have you been here? You know, how long have you been a hygienist and how long have you been here in this office? If you hear a bunch of 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, then you know something's up, okay? Unless the office is a brand new office, just got there. Why is it that this office has been open for the past 8 years and there is no staff that have been consistently there for over a year? So that is one of the biggest red flags. When I see that in an office, I am like, another way that you can figure this out, if you don't feel comfortable asking questions, or if you just don't have the opportunity to shadow and get to know the staff before you decide to take the job, is check their social media accounts, check their Instagram, check their Facebook. I mean, it's 2024. If the office is not using some type of social media platform, what are they doing? Because everybody's on it. So check their pictures and just see, like, are these same people there? Like, you know, you could look at the pictures and be like, I didn't see not one other person in this picture in that office yesterday or today when I went in for my interview. You know, different managers, different doctors, all of those things you can use as resources to just be like, is this really the best job for me? If people are constantly leaving, do I really want to work here? All right, guys, so the next red flag is the hours of the office. What kind of hours are they working? Some of these offices, they got some crazy hours. Are they all like late night hours, like 8 to 6 and 7 to 7? Some of these offices have really, really long hours. You need to make sure that you get a shift and a schedule that works best for you. Doing dental hygiene is no joke. Dental hygiene can do a lot of physical damage on your body. So you want to make sure that you're not overdoing dental hygiene. For someone who is currently working 5 days a week as a dental hygienist, take it from me, please. Take it from me. The good thing is that not every day am I working long days. I make sure that I have about 2 really short days of the week and like some moderate days for the other days. But working long days as a dental hygienist can be super tiring. So I would always check their hours. Like if they try to make you work 10-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts, that might be a red flag just because of how much physical damage it can do to your body. Also with that, sometimes they'll make you work these long hours and don't offer the break or breaks that you deserve to have or that you should have. So that would be something that I would check. I always like to look at their schedule. I always like to go in for a working interview and take a quick peek at their schedule. How did it look last week versus today versus in 2 weeks? Like, is their schedule consistent? Do they offer breaks? How long are the breaks? All of these things. While we're on the topic of time, another red flag for me is when a dental office does not offer enough time for procedures. I would personally prefer to have 60-minute appointments. That does not always happen in my own office. That is my preference because I feel like that allows me enough time to do everything that I need to do, clean my patient's teeth properly, educate my patient properly. Sometimes the education portion of the appointment can take 10-15 minutes. And that is the most important part. We can't afford to skip over education. You can't afford to skip over, you know, not doing a thorough cleaning. All of the things are very important. And I think that 60 minutes would be the best, but not every office is offering that. So you have to figure out what works for you. What are you comfortable with? For me, I would say 50 to 60 minutes for my recare appointments. And definitely for my office, because we do a lot of different steps in our new patient appointments. I think I have a video on my channel about new patient appointments and everything that I do during them. So that should be in one of my day in the life as a dental hygienist. So make sure that you tune in to those videos. They have really, really good information. But if they're only giving you 30 minutes, 40 minutes, double booking you and making you just overwork, that is something that is a red flag to me. Definite red flag for me. Can't do it, not gonna do it, no thank you. Bye. The next red flag is an ill-kept office. An office that does not comply with OSHA. Now, I'm only speaking from experience, y'all. My mom used to tell me something. My mom used to say, do as I say and not as I do. And that's how I feel with y'all, okay? But make sure that the office that you go into is clean. Make sure that it looks like they care about how their environment is kept. They make sure that things are, you know, organized in an organized manner. Everyone chips in with helping to keep the office kept and well together. And also make sure that the office complies with OSHA. There are gonna be some things that are not perfect, but for the most part, you wanna make sure that they're complying with OSHA standards, keeping the office clean, keeping the instruments clean, going through the necessary process to get the instruments clean, to get the rooms clean, having the supplies to keep everything clean and sanitized. That is like super duper important for me, is to make sure that the office that I'm in is, you know, keeping things clean. We're not gonna get too much into the rest of that right now, but that is definitely a red flag when you see that the office is just kind of falling apart, it's not being kept up well, you know, the instrument process is not really the way that it should be. You know the way that the instrument process should work. And it is a red flag, but it might not be something that you're like, okay, yeah, no, like I'm definitely not gonna work here, blah, blah, blah. That might be something that you can talk with the team about. Hey, how can we all get on the same page and be OSHA compliant together? This next red flag gets a little spicy because I feel like I have to deal sometimes with some things like this, okay? But the next red flag is the offices that bend a lot of the rules. Basically meaning getting unethical. Having doctors that are, you know, doing unethical things. And some examples might be maybe they're charging out procedures that they're not really doing. Maybe they're overselling. I feel like when it comes to unethicality, like we get these feelings and we're like, as hygienists, no, we're not allowed to diagnose. We don't do the restorative work, but we know what we know. We are smart, we are intelligent, we are trained great, so we know. So if you see something and it's just like suspicious and you see it becomes like a behavior and a pattern in the office with the doctors, etc., that might be a red flag for you. That might be something that you don't want to put up with. One of the main things that they stressed in school when I was going was being ethical and making sure that your patients are being treated correctly, making sure that you're treating your patients correctly and you're offering, you know, the best services, the best education for the patient, and you're just doing right by the patient and the patient's health. So if you feel like the office is running unethical, that might be a sign. Sometimes we compromise, y'all. I'm just speaking from my own experiences. I'm not trying to be up here. I work in the perfect office. These are all the things. No, these are some things that I have learned and am learning, and I'm just sharing it with you guys because, hey, if when you learn things, you learn some gems, why not share it with people? And hopefully one day we'll all find the best office for ourselves. Okay. Now, while we're on the topic of unethicality, if that's a word, I'm not sure, but it sounds really, really good. Can somebody look it up for me? I have no idea if that's a word, but it sounds good. So while we're on the topic of unethicality, one of my other red flags is bad dental work. Bad dental work, and I don't want to just come down on the doctors because as hygienists can also have bad dental work. Maybe the hygienist was you know, just doing bloody prophies, basically misdiagnosing perio or not diagnosing perio that was obviously there, not keeping up with perio charting, taking bad x-rays, all the things, and then bad dental work from the doctor. Maybe the fillings aren't good, the margins of the crowns aren't good, which causes more damage to the patient, which causes more bacteria to get stuck in certain areas and can cause bigger cavities, bigger issues, perio, and all the things. So that is one of my red flags, because when I see some treatment and I'm like, they ain't doing these patients right. This patient's got an overhang, a huge overhang, and why didn't anybody catch that? I want to know. Why didn't we floss that patient after that filling and feel that there was a huge overhang there? Okay, so those are some things that, you know, I really don't want to work in an office where none of the doctors or the doctor or whoever is working there is doing bad dental treatment, because it makes my job more difficult, and then it kind of makes you, it falls back on you and like your ethicality. Am I using another word that's not a word? I don't know. But it falls back on you, because you see them, you see the x-ray, and you're like, I don't want to overstep the doctor. I don't want to like cross any boundaries and be like, well, you know, the doctor did this, but that don't look good. You never want to do that. But at the same time, it's like, when it comes to, you know, being ethical, and if the doctor's not saying anything, it's not fair to the patient for you to just be like, I don't know what's going on there. So if that is something that's going on, that is something to have a talk with your doctor about, and let them know, hey, Mrs. Smith had, you know, this filling that didn't look good or had a hole in it. And I noticed that we didn't mention it, like we didn't say anything about it. And I'm not comfortable with just having a blind eye to things like that. And also just explaining, you know, it's affecting the gum health, it's affecting the bone health, because the doctors rely on the hygienist to check the gums and to make sure that periodontally everything is okay. So they're not usually coming in probing every single tooth. So if you see something, say something and see how it goes. And if nothing changes, then that's why it's a red flag. The last red flag is poor pay and poor benefits. These two might be the most important. The poor pay, number one, because I need to be paid to do this job. Whatever job I'm doing, I need and want and require to be paid. Give me my money. Give me my manyan. Okay? I can't believe I just said manyan. I'm getting old. Because what is manyan? Anyways. Well, I think it's like a young term, but it's like, girl, you're getting old. Don't even go there. Don't even go there. I'm not getting old. Let me stop calling myself old. I'm becoming more mature. But anyways, give me my money. Yes, give me my money. That's what we were talking about. Give me my money. Absolutely. But yeah, just bad pay. Of course, that's a red flag, because I at least want to make sure that I'm being paid like what the environment is paying. If Happy Dental down the block is paying their hygienist $60, why are you trying to pay me $45? No. We need to at least match what's going on in the environment, but really, I want you to meet me at my quota, what I want hourly, because we know our worth. We know what we can do. We got the confidence. We showing up to work. We're good employees. We work hard. We educate the patients. We're making sure that the patients are getting, you know, their treatment done, getting their hygiene taken care of, and getting back on the doctor's schedule. So we know what we deserve to be paid. So a huge red flag is when the office does not want to pay me what I want. All right, y'all, it's getting a little bit personal. It's getting personal. I admit, it's getting personal. But anyways, yeah, you know, when they don't want to pay you your worth, babe, don't Trust, don't even, it's not worth it because somebody else will pay you. Next. Okay, the other red flag going with that is poor benefits or no benefits. I said this before in a video, but for dental hygiene, if you're like single, it's so important to have benefits, and not every office will offer you those benefits. So it's really important that you find an office with good benefits, dental health. Well, dental, really, I like offices that do dental health for free because like we work here, why not? But at least a huge discount. So if they're making me pay for dental, that's a huge red flag. But I need healthcare, I need 401k, I need all the things, okay? So yes, guys, that is this video about red flags. My camera is getting ready to die. So I wanted to tell you guys, thank you all so much for tuning into this video. I hope that it was helpful. I hope you love it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button down on this video. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know any red flags you might have. And I will see you guys in my next video.